The news for South Mississippi continues. The 4 o'clock show with David Elliott, Karen Abernathy, and Chief Meteorologist Mike Reeder.
And thanks for staying with us on the 4 o'clock show. You know, folks, really, when you think about it, it's sad, but many South Mississippians don't have a place to call home. And with the tough economy right now, making ends meet can be particularly difficult.
But one organization is reaching out to our neighbors and friends forced to live on the streets. Founder of Shepherd of the Gulf, Linda Favre, joins us to talk about the new nonprofit organization, plus how you can help with their Thanksgiving Day project. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
First of all, tell us about this project of yours.
My project, I just thought about it a few weeks ago. Most people don't realize there are a lot of homeless in the area, Gulfport, well, all over, Gulfport, Biloxi, Stone County, Waveland, all over. But I have come to meet a lot of them, and they live in the wooded areas, and a lot of them who have met me and I've helped them have given my name to other people, and they've contacted me, and I provide them with tents, something to keep them out from under the elements.
So, Linda, when you provide these meals for them on Thanksgiving, because it's called Thanksgiving in the Woods,
yes,
which is, you know, this is, you brought up a fact that I'm not sure a lot of people are aware of, and that is how many people are actually living in the woods.
They are.
But, so you're taking the meals to them?
I am.
There's not going to be a central location where they're going to come and get their Thanksgiving meals?
I'm going to them. Just like I've operated along all this time, I have gone to them. They have not come to me.
Well, that's very unique. That's a unique approach.
Well, I think that's the way it should be. You know, in the beginning, when we first founded America, we all gathered together, strangers, all of us, and broke bread, and we called it Thanksgiving. So why should this be any different for these people? They're strangers, but they're friends we haven't met yet. So, yeah.
That is nice.
Very nice sentiment.
It is. Do you find that a lot of them that you've come into contact with and gotten to know a little bit are not likely to go somewhere for a meal?
Well, they may, but what I wanted to do was show a little extra compassion, to give them a sense of family, because they have none, because they're detached from everyone. And so with that, that's why I wanted to deliver the meals directly to them in the woods and set the whole, I'm not talking about just a plate, I'm talking about the turkey, the whole turkey, the dressing, each side dish, the traditional Thanksgiving meal, set it up on a table, bless it, and bless them and walk away.
Well, we've prepared a list of, these are some of the canned goods or some of the items, and we'll just let people read it off their television set. It's already Tuesday. Thanksgiving's coming up Friday, so I mean, do you have time to still gather all of this material from Giving South Mississippians and get this together in time for Thanksgiving?
We've been working effortlessly, it seems like, though, really, for the past week, and there's always time. If there's a mission, there's always time to complete it. You just got to do it.
Well, there's the phone number on the screen, Thanksgiving in the Woods. Volunteers are also needed, and you can call the number on the screen for more information. And Linda, we wish you a lot of luck with this. It sounds like you are a very generous spirit.
Yeah, and I've never heard of a program like this, and so I think you deserve a real pat on the back. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
One woman takes action to fight homelessness. We follow her into the woods to show you a world you've probably never seen before or even considered. On the outskirts of society, hidden away in the woods of South Mississippi, there are people living without homes, without support, all striving to get through the day. Several tent cities where these homeless live are located throughout the county. Elizabeth Vowell visited one of these communities and joins us to tell us how one woman is trying to make a difference. Elizabeth.
Rebecca, Linda Favre and the Shepherd of the Gulf are working to give these groups of people the support and hope that they need. She took me to one tent city, and there I found a small community of people who had created a home with tents, tarps, and little else. While they were timid, they were also eager to tell their story and of how the Shepherd of the Gulf is helping to change an impossible situation.
I try to help the homeless, people that have absolutely nowhere to live, nowhere to go, no shelter.
It's hard, cold, sometimes you starve, you know, don't know where your next meal coming from.
It's not a situation that I want to be in out here homeless or anything. It's not how I was conditioned. My family doesn't know that I'm here, that I'm out here. I won't tell them.
What I do is provide a temporary emergency shelter with a tent, camping stove, a lantern, sleeping bags, whatever it takes to sustain them.
I'll be honest with you. I can tell them to always strive for better days, even though it's hard in a situation like this.
It's really hard because there's a lot of things that I want to do, and I'm hindered in doing it because the embarrassment of what people look at us like. We're not worthless people.
What would you ask Santa Claus?
I asked them for a place for all us to go, round up the homeless and have a place for all us to go, at least have a good meal.
According to Favre, the biggest challenge right now is the cold weather. Shepherd of the Gulf is collecting candles and blankets to pass out and help keep these people warm as they brave the elements. I'll have more details about a day in the life of the homeless and what is being done to help them at 10. Rebecca?
Thank you, Elizabeth.
The news for South Mississippi continues. WLOX News at 10 with Jeff Lawson, Rebecca Powers, Jeff Shepherd with sports, and Chief Meteorologist Mike Reeder.
Just a few miles away from the heart of downtown Gulfport, there's a community you've probably never seen or heard of. There are no streets, no houses, only a few tents strung together with tarps and rope. This tent city is one of many that lies in the woods in Harrison County. As Elizabeth Vowell reports, it's also the only place many homeless people have to go.
A makeshift gate decorated with beads and warnings is the only thing to mark the entrance of this community, hidden away in the woods of Gulfport. Tents replace houses, and a beaten foot trail becomes the only road. But for the group of people who live here, it's home.
We try to make do with what we got.
This camp is just one of many that house an estimated 800 homeless throughout Harrison County. Those who live here fiercely protect their privacy. But one woman is reaching out to help.
My name is Linda Favre. I try to help the homeless, people that have absolutely nowhere to live, nowhere to go, no shelter.
Linda Favre had volunteered at a soup kitchen before she realized there were cries for help that no one was hearing.
It's kind of hard not knowing where you're going and where you're going to sleep at, or better yet, not having a meal cooked.
We struggle just for people to validate us as human beings every day. Every day.
It's not so much as a bad scene on the outside as well as it is in the mind. A lot of times you wake up day to day wondering which direction you need to go, which direction you want to go.
Favre began a charity called Shepherd of the Gulf to find tents and provide emergency needs to the homeless. She and others help find them jobs and provide food, and something even more precious.
And they have to be given a little bit of hope.
Just don't look at everybody like because they're homeless that they don't want to do better in life or they don't want to be more in life, because we all do.
A few sprigs of garland and faded decorations show that Christmas is around the corner even here. It's also a reminder that Old Man Winter is arriving with St. Nick, and the cold weather adds to the daily struggle.
It's hard, cold, sometimes you starve, you don't know where your next meal coming from.
Shepherd of the Gulf collects candles, blankets, and warm clothing to help keep these people warm. But even in a dark situation, the people here in Tent City are looking to better days.
Life circumstances, they have an ending point as well as a beginning point. Trouble never lasts always, and for each and every person that's in a situation of homelessness, try to keep your head above water and keep your eyes toward the skies.
In Gulfport, Elizabeth Vowell, WLOX News.
And Shepherd of the Gulf hopes to one day build a permanent shelter to replace those tents. The volunteers also work with homeless veterans and are beginning to branch out, they say, in Hancock County.